Hello and welcome to the LampPod. It's me, Sam, and you,
Neil. Hello.
And this week it is the 48th podcast ever.
Woohoo!
Ever, like this is the 48th podcast ever created.
Ever made. No one's made podcasts more than 48 times.
Absolute. We're just innovators. You know, we are pioneers in the world of podcasting.
We in no way jumped on board to a already dying trend.
Oversaturated market.
Everyone
and their brother's making a podcast.
Hey Sam, what is this podcast? What
Yes.
What do we do here?
Good question. This is the podcast where for the first 10 minutes or so we talk about what we think might happen in the latest WandaVision episode. This week we're watching episode 7. We haven't yet watched it. About 10 minutes in, we will cut and we'll come back and we will have watched the entirety of the episode, and you'll get our immediate reactions because we try not to talk to each other right after the episode ends. It's very awkward.
Yeah,
the episode ends and we're like, right, I'm gonna pee. See you in a sec.
It's a real smooth operation we've got going, and totally natural and not at all jarring to perform.
Not at all weird as just friends who want to immediately react to something. You have to hold it in for like 3 minutes.
But that's what we're doing. We thought this week we'd finally actually explain what we do, because since this new set of podcasts started after the blip, we decided to jump straight into WandaVision, and we've never quite actually explained what we're doing.
We just assumed everyone would know, but why would they?
But why would they care as well? Also, last week I said towards the end of the episode, I believe I said to the 100 people who listen to this, that was our numbers like 3 years ago. this is 20 people max. Like that's as good as it gets, and usually it's us. So
hello to those 20 people.
Hello to the 18 other people.
Yeah, I think maybe 3 of those views are from like refreshing once it uploads, and then like, oh, is it in HD yet? And you refresh it again. There's another view.
Yeah, it's bad. Speaking of last week,
yes,
watch the podcast back, and I am out of it. I'm so hungover, it's hilarious. I'm not there at all. But yeah, last week we briefly spoke about the advert. So I messaged you earlier today, like I've thought of something, and I'm not sure if I figured this out or if it's everywhere on the internet, and I'm just slow to the punchline. And you might know actually, But so that advert was very strange and very like if it was referencing anything, it was loose as hell, because everything else was like Stark, Strucker,
some kind of chronological event in their lives,
But this week it was a thing called Yo Magic. So in the advert, it's a little dude sat next to a palm tree on an island, and he's starving. And a shark comes up and goes, "You're hungry. I remember hunger." And the little starving kid goes, "Well, what did you do to fight your hunger?" And the shark replies, "I snacked on Yo Magic." I snacked on Yo Magic. I think someone's like eating Wanda's magic.
Oh,
she's like being drained of. It's like Yo Magic, your magic. That's like my theory. Like I watched it last night, and I was like,
magic.
It's like so. I'm like, wait.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know if anyone's like. I don't know if I'm the smartest person in the world or not. Probably, but like up for debate.
It's definitely an interesting theory. I like it.
But yeah,
so maybe it's beneficial for them if she's like overpowering herself by creating this like whole alternate reality. So it's like, is it
feeding someone
reality juice?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's my like just the way he said it, I was just like, oh wait.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let's push your idea a little bit. So why does the kid why is he not able to open the yogurt? Why does he sort of like disintegrate?
He's having the magic drained from him?
Yeah, I suppose that works, yeah. Oh my god, like Wanda's slowly dying.
And it says for the survivors, so like... Or could it be a reference to Vision? I don't know.
Yeah, that was. I think our immediate reaction was like, "Oh, the survivors of Snap."
Yeah,
and she
that
didn't
was
survive
that was
Snap, and it's like
the like tagline was the bit we like clenched onto, but maybe it was a misdirect.
Yeah. So I saw one comment. Someone said, like the kid couldn't break the seal of the yogurt and then he died.
Mm-hmm.
Vision couldn't break the seal of the reality and almost died. That like kind of that, which is, but again, is a weird step away from the previous like ads where it's kind of about
the other was
life.
all like dead on the nose.
Yeah, yeah. Really sort of challenged us with this one.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know enough about the comics and stuff like that. But yeah, just the I snacked on Yo Magic. Like,
yeah,
that feels like there's something there.
Yeah, the other one, which was I think sort of shared around fairly commonly, was he couldn't open the magic, if we call the yogurt the magic, to save his life. So it's like a symbolism of you can't use magic to reincarnate people or, you know, like save people's lives.
Yeah.
Like how Vision is dead, Pietro is supposedly dead.
Yeah.
That was the other sort of interpretation.
It could also be like Wanda's draining the people of Westview. Like she's snacking
break
on
through the
their magic. Yeah, so they can't get out.
Oh man,
so they're gonna die. Maybe. I don't know.
It's like arguably the worst ad at the same time the best one, because it gets you thinking about it. You're like, what does this?
Yeah,
what does this mean?
You look deeper into it than just being like, oh, it's a reference.
We've been going for almost 7 minutes.
Yeah, So
wait, shit. What's gonna happen in this episode?
Yeah, this week. This week's the like 2000s one, right? It looks like it's going to be
the sort of.
By the looks of it, it's the
preview thing
Modern Family one. I've not seen the clips preview, but I just saw the thumbnail to the.
Yeah, no, sorry, I haven't seen a clip. I meant the thumbnail. Yeah. Have you read the description?
I have not. I covered.
Okay,
and clicked and then sent you a link, and I was like, well, good to go.
That's cool. I did read it because I was curious.
You're a son of a bitch.
I'm not going to bring it up here. It doesn't really give anything away. No. But I won't say what it is here for your sake.
I've had a few very, very minor things mentioned to me, not necessarily spoiled, but just mentioned.
Interesting.
Which I won't say, but yeah.
Okay, what's going to happen this episode? Because we left off last episode, the bubble is bigger now, and that's literally where it ended. What happens?
Well, the kids have powers. Quicksilver is like very self-aware. Vision's also been seen the outside world. My theory of... Did I tell you my theory of Kat being...
Dinnings.
Darcy being like an ice cream truck driver?
Oh yeah, because she's stuck to her the car. Yeah, I think that's very funny.
Yeah, I think that's going to be something like that. Also, I can't remember who said or whether I saw it online, but someone was like, Darcy dies trying to save Vision. So is that going to play into the world? Like the only reason she's there and the only reason she gets handcuffed to the car is because she's trying to help him. Yeah, so it's like, is that going to play in at all?
Is she going to be in like some kind of prison? Maybe like the car becomes a prison, perhaps something like that. Yeah. I'm curious to see if in this episode, like presumably we'll get the reveal of what she is this episode. I'm wondering if she will be like Vision or like you know, how long is it going to take for her to sort of snap back into herself? You know. Or
Darcy.
if this whole episode, Darcy.
Yeah,
I wonder if they'll do that at all.
Yeah, and like maybe because she went in trying to save someone, like Monica was sort of self-aware, so maybe because she goes in with that like intent. Yeah,
it sort of gets reinterpreted as some kind of plot purpose. Yeah. It's like, I'm gonna make Vision my boyfriend, or like she's like the fangirl or something. Yeah. And then she's like, why am I so into you? Like, I'd never met you. Oh, it's because I'm trying to save you. Or, I don't know, something like that.
I've no idea.
Wild theory.
Yeah, like this week, I really have no idea where the story is going to go. Like, obviously, we've got, 4 or 5 characters on the outside of the Hex now.
And the rest potentially of it, a 5th one with the Reed Richards, maybe?
Yeah, with the secret cameo thing. Yeah.
We'll see. I don't have much to say, so I think we should just jump into it.
Yeah, we might as well. Advert this week, if any.
Oh, and if any, last week was a curveball, so this week I'm gonna triple, double decker down and say that we're gonna get Vision toothpaste.
Every week I'm like, where did he come up with these ideas? I'm going to say, what have we had? We've had watches, toasters, wipes, yogurt.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say, like, I'm just gonna go Thanos Airlines. We are the laziest people.
Oh wait, I did just have one though, because we haven't done anything for like a sort of. It could be a car advert, and Darcy's in the ad.
In a car.
Advertising the car.
Ooh.
Because she's stuck with the car.
Not to keep us on this too long, but I was thinking, if Thanos Airlines comes up, we thought of this years ago. Because of the, I'll do it myself. I'll get onto a plane. we predicted Thanos Airlines. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it does... Yeah. I think we have enough grounds to say that that's our idea.
No, totally. Yep. If it's true, I'll link it in the description.
Yeah, we'll do another one of those
animated it.
Those Thor Ragnarok videos. Oh, there's no way that's gonna happen. What a dumbass. Anyway, let's watch the episode.
Let's do it.
It's an hour this week, I believe.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, that'd be fun. I'm thinking, I just thought of this. I'm gonna go transition. I'm gonna go on my face.
I got a point.
Don't know why. Here we go, and to the episode we go. We just watched the episode.
Damn.
There it is.
Yeah, like
lukewarm.
Yeah,
it's not lukewarm. It was really cool, actually. I'm just remembering things all of a sudden. But like, I think disappointments in certain areas, possibly.
I feel like this is the final calm before the storm of the last two episodes.
I can see that. That totally makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is the. I mean, the equivalent I can kind of think of is the Bill Burr side mission in Mando season 2.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
To then the final episodes. Like
that makes sense. Yeah.
Wasn't an hour. Was not.
Yeah.
Was not what we were told it would be on the internet. They lied.
So some guy, presumably unsourced, just said that maybe, or Kevin Feige lied. But I can't believe that. Like, I don't know. I feel like I would have seen somewhere more official that, like, Kevin Feige released a statement saying last 3 episodes of 3 hours.
I think someone shared it on Insta, and I was like, yeah, cool. Like,
lesson learned: we should never believe anything.
Never trust anyone, especially not Agnes.
Yes, Agnes is Agatha Hargreaves or Harkness. Hargreaves Lansdowne.
Isn't the Hargreaves the name of the kids in the Umbrella Academy? They're the Hargreaves kids?
Maybe. Right. I cannot remember. I thought they were all called the Umbrellas. I don't know. I'm number 5 Umbrella.
Okay, so best part of this episode, easily her walking through the hex. Yeah. That was awesome. That was insane.
Yeah, it was like there was some like frisson there. I was like, whoa, this is like, oh my god, like this is really fucking cool. And you could hear like her mother talking to her, and you could hear clips of her, and like Wu was like, she's so strong, and it was all this stuff. I was like, yeah, fucking awesome.
we got a hint of Nick Fury in there as well.
Really?
Nick Fury spoke. He said a line.
What did he say?
He said like, your mum is like strong or something like that.
Said your mum.
Your mom.
Your mama. That scene was weird. Okay, so let's just like rip off the band-aid. They go over the hill, and we're both there like, oh my god, is it going to be Reed Richards? Who's the aerospace engineer? And it's a lady named Goopy. I can't remember what her name was.
Gooner?
Goodings, something like that.
Yeah. You like called it
if
out
that's a
and I was
reference to the comics,
I don't know it.
don't know.
No.
Couldn't tell you.
Fury says
that was that reveal.
Fury says only if you learn to glow like your Aunt Carol. So presumably at some point, Nick Fury spoke to a young Monica.
Oh wait, he's in that movie, isn't it? He's in Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Maybe
completely forgot.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe
Jesus.
Because I was just thinking then, like, did they get Sam Jackson in to do a line? But no, it must have been taken from that movie. But I just don't remember it at all.
Yeah, we should probably rewatch Captain Marvel at some point.
I think like essential viewing for this show is Captain Marvel and Ant-Man and the Wasp, just to like pick up on those small details.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
just
the
for the
MCU,
woo stuff.
It's the MCU, so it's just watch Age of Ultron, Civil War, Infinity War. You need all of it. You need it all.
Yeah, I suppose it's more of a like if you want those smaller details to come up.
Yeah, and I think those films are often neglected. I definitely know I have.
Yeah, I've seen like Captain Marvel maybe like fully all the way through like once, and then the other time I was like, were we late going to the cinema? I can't remember what happened.
I think I've seen it twice. I definitely saw it at the cinema without you because I was at uni, and then it's fine. It's not as bad as I think people say it is. I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the internet would lead you to believe, but
also I've only seen it.
People are
twice,
horribly
maybe.
sexist on the internet, so that's why I think
people seem to
just choose not to
dislike Brie Larson. But anyway, this episode.
Yeah, the episode.
I thought they nailed the Modern Family style, like mockumentary filmmaking type thing.
Yeah, that was very well done.
Well,
it didn't really last for super long, really, because in most of the sort of cutaways when she was talking, she was like less joking and more like, no, I have no idea what's going on. Like everything's really, really weird. What the fuck's going on? Vision even had a moment where he was like, why am I doing this?
Why am I
like I've got a
talking
mic. Which is the point. That's the last time we see him in the episode. He flies off and we don't see him again.
I thought
so.
To anyone who hasn't watched this episode, or who has, you may have missed there is an after credit because there hasn't been so far in the show. We sort of checked for the first 3-4 weeks maybe, and then haven't done since.
Maybe there was one last week, but we didn't see it.
So yeah, there's an after credit. So if you haven't seen it, pause this, go watch it, come back, press play. So spoilers for that if you haven't seen it. Yeah, I thought the after credit of Monica, I presume she's looking around Agnes's house.
It's got to be, right? She finds the trees
and like the purple,
the branches,
the purple magic debris, I guess, left over. I thought Vision was going to land and be like, "What are you doing here?" Like because last time he was looking for her. Last time he saw her, right? He was like, "What happened to?
What am I doing? I've got to go find my wife."
What happened to Geraldine?
Ditched Darcy. Yeah.
But no, we get Evan Peters. So Evan Peters, we were pretty solid on the fact that he'd probably be gone now. He's still around. Is he gonna be a like puppet for like Agnes to use?
Well, that's it. Yeah, he was completely absent from the entire episode, apart from like a shot of him from behind where it's Agnes's intro. And he's got like the purple magic coming out of his back as if she's like conjured him.
Yeah.
But which raises questions of like, if she's just conjuring him, would it not be Aaron Taylor Johnson? Why is it the other guy? So there's still potentially some kind of like they're not idiots. Marvel Studios know that we know that guy played another Quicksilver. So there has to be some kind of dimensional thing going on.
Okay, so here's my deduction.
Okay.
Darcy says about Wanda not being able to raise people from the dead. And she says, I don't understand why Vision can't leave the Hex.
Uh-huh.
So, surely it would make sense that Agnes can't raise Aaron Taylor Johnson from the dead. Instead,
right,
she plucks Evan Peters from a different multiverse and puts him in, but is mind controlling him.
Yeah, I'd be completely down for that.
So like,
that makes a lot of sense.
So like, yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson's dead. Also, last week I said, like, we joked about like, why isn't Aaron Taylor Johnson in it? Well, he isn't doing anything. The dude was in Tenet, which I forgot.
That's right.
But he was in Tenet.
He was.
So he's doing things.
Oh my god, he's doing stuff.
Fair play to him.
Sorry, ATJ.
So we know you're a big fan, and we don't want to lose your watch, your singular watch. Anyway,
yeah.
Yes. So I think that's why I think she's plucked him from the multiverse, but she's also mind wiped him like Wanda has to everyone else.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like if you were to, he'd be like, "Oh my god, last thing I saw was like a big portal, and I jumped through the portal and like something like that."
Yeah, and like maybe the magic is sustaining him in this reality as opposed to something like that maybe.
Yeah,
it's interesting, and I'm curious to see. Where they go
and I
with
think
it,
I think that now is like a much more substantial place to be like, no, this is multiverse. Like she's poured him in.
Yeah. Going back to what you were saying, like you were expecting Vision to show up at the end of that post credits. It did cross my mind split second. I was like, what if you hear Doctor Strange's voice and it's like he's appeared? Like, what's going on here? That would have been like some wild shit like that.
What are you doing?
Amazing. Yeah, my hands don't work. Anyway,
would you like beer?
I can make beer.
Anytime, beer.
Like I really wish like Doctor Strange was some kind of like Rick and Morty-esque kind of guy who's just really, really good at what he does, but he's drunk and just like, you want some beer? Why is the reality changed?
Where am I? Would be a cool concept to see him in the like classic costume. I know they've got pretty close, but like you could go bigger and more vibrant with it.
Yeah, because he's got the costume has got that like, it's almost like a crucifix, but it's not. It's like a bird or something. But it's kind of subtle. But maybe if in this is sort of, they really bring out the contrast in the colors, so it really makes it
also
comic booky.
Also, off topic, and we'll jump back on. But next time we see Strange, I want the gloves back from Ragnarok.
Oh yeah,
I want the Thor Ragnarok gloves, because that was a good look.
It seems like a save time on like makeup.
Yeah, that's absolutely what it was like for Ragnarok. But I'd give it. It was a good look.
We're really like not talking about this episode.
Yeah.
But I want to continue this point of Doctor Strange for a second, because we now know that Agatha Hargreaves Lansdowne is she's I think that's a bank, by the way. I don't actually know. Hargreaves Lansdowne is some kind of lawyer firm maybe in Bristol. I don't know. Anyway,
I just googled it and it came straight up.
Yeah, what is it? Please tell me.
Hargreaves Lansdowne is a British financial service company based in Bristol. Yeah. So.
Okay, there we go. Cool. Yeah. So that's a very niche reference.
Yeah. Why did that come up like straight away as well? Weird.
That's strange. Location on Google. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm not there.
Doctor Strange. Oh, good point. Very good point. You are in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Madness.
Oh shit, that is mad.
Speaking of mad.
So, speaking of mad, Agatha, she reveals that she's got a witch's lair underneath. She says, "You're not the only one," and she's cackling like a witch. It could set the stage for an introduction of Doctor Strange towards the end of the series, because it's very clearly leaning into its magic and sorcerers and witches and stuff.
Yeah, big magic boo-hoo.
I am wondering if we're going to get a really dumb explanation for Scarlet Witch's name, because she doesn't have one yet. They established that in a previous episode. She's got no alias. What if Agatha is like, they call me
the Black Witch, the Purple Witch,
Violet, like the Violet Witch, and then like Scarlet Witch beats her, and then she's like, well, you can call me the Scarlet Witch, and it'd be really terrible. and I'll hate it very much. What are you searching?
I'm I was just searching up to see if she has a like alter ego. Like
Oh, okay. Does she?
yeah, that's kind of
The
no.
purple. I can't think of any other words for purple.
Yeah,
Violet.
Like sure, like Violet Witch or something like that. So there's Scarlet Witch and yeah,
And the Violet Witch.
So Monica's got powers. Cool.
Okay, yeah, let's get to the best part of the
Awesome-
episode. Like,
awesome moment, her walking through, and then like all the different versions of her, and then they all meld into one, and she blue eyes, and then
she can perceive
Yeah.
like, wavelength almost.
You get a
and, like, you can see
POV
on the
shot
power lines.
of like her looking around the hex. Awesome.
Yeah.
Really cool. Big fan. Who is she? What is that? Who the fuck this? Who's she?
Okay, so as far as I know, she's called Photon, or like at least in this universe, her mother's nickname or like pilot name was Photon, so maybe she'll take on that name. I really haven't looked into it too much, but I think she just has the power of like light, so she can just produce light, perhaps.
It says here
which-
she has the power of flight, but then
Flight.
she's also got some lighty boys coming out of her hands. And
Yeah.
stuff.
So it's some kind of beam energy of light, perhaps, which kind of fits in with the sort of the TV aesthetic. Obviously, TV is entirely based on light. It's vision. You have to see it with light.
It's vision.
So it kind of makes sense to give her a light ability, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know. But yeah, you can see when she does her like superhero landing later on, when Scarlet Witch picks her up and then drops her.
Yeah.
There's some sort of like waves and stuff. So I'm wondering if they're going for like a wavelength aesthetic where it's like woo, 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 and like instead of just a beam, you know what I mean?
Awful on the knees that superhero landing.
Oh, absolutely. A little thing about the costume she's wearing as well. Does that? I'm assuming you're looking at it now. Does
I
her
have
like
been, yeah.
sword? Yeah, is the sword like space costume she's wearing look anything like her
she's wearing
costume?
It's black and white is her costume.
Okay. Well, that kind of fits then. That totally works.
Yeah,
she has a proto like superhero.
It's
costume.
it's pretty spot on. Like you can tell it is a like homage to that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even.
Here's another
There's no-
side theory then. So if Scarlet Witch does team up with her at the end to beat Agatha, what if she, like, because we've already established that she can change the appearance of like clothes and anything. So what if she's like, I'm going to give you a cool superhero outfit, and then she's like, and it like, because it's already black and white, it changes and it sort of fits the scenario. That'd be quite fun.
Yeah.
Just like Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, like,
gives her
I'd
her
be chill
costume or
with-
something.
Yeah, and then like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I was like, why is she wearing? Surely, if she was driving this Mars rover thing, through the thing, she wouldn't need the spacesuit. But I think that's probably for the sort of reveal for any of
It's totally in it.
the super nerds out there who.
Yeah,
Like, we're nerds, but we're nowhere near the level of some people. Like we sort
this
of,
is starting to.
we've always said it's movies, and that's what we know.
Yeah, it's getting to a grey area now. Like, especially with just age. Like back in the day when I was at school and college, like I spent a lot of time on Wikipedia just reading the random articles about like whatever superhero would come up in like a hyperlink, and I'm like, oh cool, like Black Knight, I'll see what he's about. And then like suddenly I was really knowledgeable on Black Knight for no reason. But like I guess I never made it as far as like Photon and stuff, and like
Well,
Agatha,
also at that age,
like I never made it that.
at that age you can retain that information so easily, whereas now it's like it's so much harder to take all that like, quite frankly, and I'm sorry, but pointless information on board. Like it's there's no real use for any of that. Like, so yeah, there will be a lot that which I like. I like the fact that we can watch these shows, and like I'd heard about the Agatha Harkness theories, but I like didn't really know who she was. So like I'm still watching the show. I'm not like a page ahead all the time. Like, oh well, and I can tell by this foreshadowing. I'm learning with with people, but like I know a lot about the characters who aren't being introduced, type thing. It's a nice little grey area in which we work.
Exactly. It's a good fine line, because you get the other side of it where like a lot of people were very attached to Hank Pym being the creator of like Ultron, for example, which then diminishes those people's enjoyment of like Age of Ultron, because they can't let go of the fact that it's not accurate to the comics in that regard.
Well, it's the Iron Man 3 effect. Like, we love that movie. We don't particularly care. Yeah, that fucking Mandarin. Like we're not attached to that story so much.
Yeah, if you love the Mandarin and all that kind of comic book stuff, then like you hate that reveal. It seems, but like we're just like, this is brilliant. This is like social commentary. Like, cool. It's clever. Like yeah, it's very well done.
The
I want to ask you about.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yes. You go.
Well, okay. So, the witch situation. We'll get to the advert in a sec. But so we've revealed that Agatha's a witch. I keep in the previous episodes. I kept alluding to the fact. I was like, if there is another villain, it's going to be an ass pull if they wait too long and they reveal someone random.
Yeah.
And then I think you brought up, I think without the Agatha stuff, you said that maybe Agatha would be the villain, or no, I think you may have said Hayward. I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
I think Hayward's a villain. I think Hayward's the sort of villain trying to do right. Like,
yeah,
but he's so sort of tunnel vision that he's not seeing the big picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a couple of weeks ago you said, people are speculating that Agnes might be the big bad, and I was like, cool, yeah, sure, because I think I said between her and is it Rory?
Oh yeah.
The neighbor who like cut through the yeah, I was like, between those two, they've had the most sort of screen time.
And then he kind of disappeared.
Yeah, and then
basically just.
But then we had 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure I said in the podcast after you said that in the intro, I was like, I think that probably puts like a nail in the coffin for like Agnes being involved in any way, because she was sort of like sus, but she seemed sus but aware. But no, the show got me. Finally, the show said something that I did not predict. Yay!
Yeah. Which
Good
is cool.
On them.
And
finally.
So I'm just wondering if like, so we didn't really know anything about it. Is it an ass pull?
I don't think so. And I think it would have been had they not have put that song in. The like the WandaVision style closing credits, like
yeah.
I think had we not have had that, I would have been like, yeah, it's an ass pull. But now I can go back and watch those scenes and be like, oh, she's manipulating this, she's doing this, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. And I think there's definitely like, especially earlier episodes, they were trying to prime us as an audience, because like Vision kept saying like, oh, she's here on cue again. Oh, she happens to have a dog hut ready at hand, and like it's all there. And like I think it's done well, and I'm just wondering if it was enough, because it's gone from like a trickle of information to, here's my witch layer. I'm a witch. I have magic.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying, and I agree, but also like, yeah, it's just adjust your views, like.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the like we're pretty big fans of Star Wars Explain here, and Alex, the host of that, was saying during the Mandalorian, he was saying like, this wasn't what I wanted, but I just have to like adjust to it. And I think that's this. It's like, it wasn't what we were expecting, so but like now it's here, like you can just,
let's go with it.
I can see it, and I think it is justified in its work.
Yeah, and I'm sure on a complete rewatch of the series, like back to back binging, it'll be like a lot more like, oh, okay, like this makes sense.
Yeah, You'd be like,
I just couldn't help but wonder what as it was happening in front of us. I was like, was there enough for this to be okay? Like, I don't know. I'm sure there is. I think the Vision stuff where he's noticing it is definitely helpful.
Yeah.
And like, there is a scene in, I think maybe that same episode where Vision's calling attention to it, where the kids grow up really fast, and then she's like,
she just ignores it.
well, like, it's played for laughs, but she's like sat on the kitchen side, and she's saying some kind of monologue that's very emotional, but it's like the laugh track is playing over it, which stuck out to me as like, that's like just weird. Like she's obviously very present and like getting emotional about it, which maybe ties into why the kids are missing at the end of the episode.
Yeah, where are the kids? Did she?
What are they doing?
Ooh, did she make the kids? Is there any reason she couldn't have been the one who, for lack of a better phrase, got Wanda pregnant? Did she knock up Wanda?
This show's very progressive.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. Okay, so of my loose knowledge of Agatha from the comics, I think she may have created the kids in the comics. It's entirely possible. Which is like, that's fucked.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why she was like, I'll take the kids away today, because she's almost got this like her own motherly attachment to those kids because she created them, possibly. And she's like hugging them, and she's like, "Don't worry about your mum, you got me."
I've just done.
I don't know.
I've just done a Google, and she is a old woman in the comics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, we're dumb. What? We're so dumb. She was dressed up as a witch.
Yeah, in the previous episode, and she was like cackling like a witch.
Oh, fucking like. Okay, her being dressed up as a witch. Done. That's. I'm like, nah. They set it up. They did everything they needed to.
Yeah.
We're just dumb.
But then, like, the guy that was like cutting the hedge and then cut the wall, wasn't he like dressed up as like Frankenstein or something? Like, that doesn't mean anything.
No, but like
maybe it does.
It's gonna be revealed that he's actually Vision's corpse, but like also the corpse of Tony.
He's the arm,
and like he's got different body parts. Got an old man leg from Captain America,
brought to life by Thor's lightning. He's alive.
Okay, advert. Nexus depression pill thing.
Yeah.
Like it's one
Still
of those
abstract.
things where this one like you said, it was the like big internet that Tony hacks, right? In Age of Ultron.
I'm pretty sure that's called the Nexus.
But that's like a real life thing, isn't it?
It doesn't exist.
Does it not?
This is exactly the point. So what they do is they go to the Nexus because it's the crossroads of the internet where all these different streams pass. So they can go there and figure out who it was who stopped Ultron from getting launch codes. But like, I've seen people point out like the reason something like this doesn't exist is to prevent exactly what Tony Stark is doing, where he's going to the central hub of the internet to get, like, you know what I mean? Like, if there's no central hub, it's just the internet exists around the world.
Yeah, the internet is a thing. It's not like a location. Like, yeah,
so it's like, it's silly to have this kind of play. But then they called it the Nexus. What's that got to do with antidepressants? I don't know. And like, what that element of that movie had nothing to do with Scarlet Witch. So I don't know if Nexus is something else as well, but I'm pretty sure that's the only instance of the word Nexus that I can think of in like a MCU movie.
There was a part of me when it came up and I was like, Nexus. I was like, it's a Netflix reference. But then I was like, that you're a fucking idiot.
Doesn't seem likely.
That's wrong. I enjoyed the like side effects may include more depression. Like I thought that was fine.
It's not even a joke at that point. That's just like true to like American medical ads.
Like that is how antidepressants work. Like you get worse before you get better. It was. I was like, gee whiz, finally realistic side effects. But yeah, it's strange advert again. Niche as fuck. Like, what's that mean? What does it mean?
She was like sad about the death of Vision briefly before she dusted. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like
but
they've all got to link to Wanda.
Presumably.
So okay, so back to my theory that I said before we watched. Is Agatha feeding on Wanda, or is the feeding on Wanda thing coming from Wanda's made it so big that she can't control everything anymore? She's not powerful enough. Will she get more powerful, and that's when we're going to get the Scarlet Witch? Sort of a la Dark Phoenix type thing.
Oh, yeah. Do you reckon, like, she'll somehow steal Agatha's, like, magic vitality
like
and, like, upgrade herself? Yeah, maybe. Something like that. I'm just really obsessed with the idea of Doctor Strange showing up. Like, I could feel a magical disturbance. What's going on here? Oh, my God! And, like, just everything's changing, and they're in a massive battle, and...
Because, like...
What's going on?
Okay... weird like headcanon question. What would happen if Strange like portaled into the hex and then set off the mirror dimension? Is it the mirror dimension?
Oh God, yeah, the mirror dimension.
Yeah. What would happen there?
That was even
like,
a thing.
What's real and what's not at that point? You're like, oh my God.
We're getting into like weird like Marvel chemistry at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. The mirror dimension was like you would disappear. Like if you looked at it from the outside, you would disappear,
and then everything you do inside doesn't affect anything.
Doesn't count.
But if you die inside, it counts. So it's like
you're like stuck, presumably.
Yeah, it basically just takes you into like out of the world, but it's still you.
Yeah. It'd be like if nothing reacted to you, but you could also how it happens in the movie is like he's like, you're in the mirror dimension now, and he's like, you idiot, we're more powerful in here because there's no restrictions. Essentially, you can do whatever the fuck you want. There's no consequences. So like nothing changes on the outside, but you could literally slice someone in half on the inside, but like they would continue because nothing's happened to them. It's just you've just altered the reality inside the mirror dimension. So in theory, he would go in, mirror dimension everything, and nothing would change. It's just that he would just put everyone outside of that reality. So maybe the mind control would end, perhaps.
Yeah, true. And then suddenly you've got everyone freaking out because they don't know where they are, they don't know what they're wearing, they don't know what they're doing.
And they also can't interact with anything. They're like, whoa, we're like in a weird glass thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
interesting question. Actually, I like that. That was a fun bit of Marvel chemistry.
Yeah. Like, ooh, what would happen? Maybe we'll find out.
What if? In the What If show.
So, in the week, I did like a picture came up on Instagram of the Age of Ultron cast, and they're all surrounding James Spader, and I was like, why does anyone care who James Spader is? But then I found out he was a big actor in the sort of like 80s and 90s, and then he's gone on to do some really cool TV work. But so whilst looking at his IMDb, it came up saying WandaVision, and I was like, wait, what? But I think that's from the clips. That's kind of where my head's at. I'm like, I think that's from the clips, because they showed clips of Age of Ultron, and so I was like, that's it, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Don't know what about, but
I mean, let's not forget that IMDb can be. It's the same as Wikipedia.
Oh,
it's the same rules. You can change it. Whoever. Let's just say that to hope that we don't have that spoiled. But I did see a theory that I thought was dumb, and I apologize if it turns out to be true. But someone was like, "What if the sword leader guy, Hawkins, Hayward? What if he's Ultron in a skin suit?" And I was like, "You fucking idiot! This is not real."
But what if?
Like, because their reasoning was because he's obsessed with getting Vision back, and Ultron created Vision. He wants to get his body back, he's in a skin suit.
Yeah, that would explain like him exploding Westview, because he's just gone boom. Also, is the
And
missing?
also, Vision turned on him, right? Vision turned on him, so he's like trying to get the revenge. Ooh.
And if he blew up Westview, Vision would be fine.
Oh, wait, sorry, I meant Wanda turned on him. I don't know why I said Vision, but yes, also
because he's made of vibranium, so he'd be A-okay.
yeah.
Also, is Vision the missing person that he sent Monica to look for?
But Wu was there for the same reason, right? For a missing person.
Okay.
Would Wu?
I still
Okay, so
there's a part of me that
there's
still
strong
thinks that's Agatha.
Yeah, but this, I wonder though, like what? Why though? You know what I mean? Like why would it be? Why would she be the missing person if she's some kind of like witch?
Yeah,
Because I immediately assume she's like off the grid and she's a witch and she's the renegade doing whatever the fuck she
can
wants.
jump between dimensions and shit. Like yeah.
Like why would she have like a house and then disappear?
Yeah,
and go to another.
She's
house?
not the type of person to have a passport. Like,
yeah. I would like to see her with a sling ring. If we don't get Doctor Strange, I just want to see her put on that ring and do the hand swirly thing.
she was nailing the handy stuff.
Oh yeah, like
the ballet choreography that Elizabeth Olsen came up with some sort of stunt coordinator, I think.
Yeah. Finger dancer.
But yeah, she never looked out of place. Like I've said it before, but in Far From Home, actually I wouldn't have said it before on the podcast, but in Far From Home there's the bit where Peter's designing the suit and he doesn't quite nail the I'm moving nothing around.
Oh right,
like Robert Downey Jr. did. Like when RDJ does it, you believe everything he's doing.
Yeah.
Whereas like Tom Holland's just kind of
Yeah, it's helped a lot by... that's something I really enjoy watching, actually, in the Marvel movies, is how the effects artists interpret their hand movements. Because obviously, that's how it works. Like, the actor isn't looking at a UI and then doing the right thing. They literally just do something. And then these effects artists have to sit down and go, right, what does that actually translate to?
Yeah.
And there actually is an instance of that in a previous episode of WandaVision. Wu, I think it was last episode, he zooms... He does what we would interpret as a zooming motion, like on a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
But in the action of the moment, he's looking at where they were looking on the map of where Vision was, because they were tracking him, and then he does like the Vision movement, like zzz, and it like scrolls down to the border of the map of the hex. So it's really interesting if you go back and watch that. Like they do some weird animation where it looks like he's like selected a place and then like chosen a direction to move the map in. It's so like these people are geniuses.
Yeah, whereas on
there's
set,
a really
it
good
just
scene.
Like, just whatever.
Yeah, just do that, and we're like, because it'll be zoomed out, and then you'll zoom in, and we'll zoom in on the edge of the hex. But like in the moment of the scene, it's like, no, they were zoomed in on him here, and now they need to look over here because he's changed his location. The best scene for that to watch. Like, I don't know why I'm going on this tangent.
This is a fun tangent.
It's fascinating. It's so fascinating. In the Avengers, the first Avengers movie, during the conversation between Bruce Banner and Tony Stark, when they're trying to find the cube, they're like, where is it to? And they're having their talk about the Hulk saved you. Well, you can control your power. Blah blah. That whole time, they're just stood in front of two panes of glass, just doing random bullshit. But those artists have like interpreted every single move, and it's perfect. Like it makes so much sense.
Well, it's like it's like the like when they're on set, they don't have like this is what the screen looks like. So like this is where the keypad will be. So always do that over here. Like they have to figure that out in post, like based on what the actors did. But also there's the bit where like Tony like sends something over the way. Actually, that might have been in Age of Ultron. Actually, I'm thinking. But
no, it's in that scene because he does it to get basically Bruce Banner's not listening to him, and he does that, but instead of like swiping, you'd expect it to go through the middle of the screen. He's going to push all the sort of icons to the side. He does it at the bottom of the screen. So they've looked at that and they're like, well, he's not touching any of the icons. So they put in like a scale thing. So he's presumably touching it. Everything's at max scale, and he scrolls it down, and everything shrinks. And it's like, that's fucking brilliant. Like, how did someone had to sit down and like plan all that out, meticulously watch that scene, and go like, oh, okay, he swipes there, so we can put that there. Oh, he does it again there. That's perfect. That kind of fits, and like, yeah. And there's a moment I love this so much. Please stop me if I'm going on.
No, like this would be fun to watch.
There's a bit where there's a bit maybe right at the start of the scene, and he's talking to Bruce, and like, I guess Robert Downey Jr. is like focusing on his lines, and he puts his thumb on the screen, and he just starts talking, and then he walks off. And they're like, well, shit, why is he holding his thumb there? He's like, why is he touching the screen? So he holds the thumb, and it says like confirming, and it goes bum 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 bum, and then he lets go, and it's like you had to hold it to confirm that you wanted to make this action. It's like, it's brilliant. It's so good.
Genius.
VFX artists, you geniuses. Corridor crew, do that one.
Okay, so final thing that I want to sort of talk about, we'll probably go over I will disappear in a minute, and so will Sam.
Me too.
I really enjoyed the Paul Bettany stuff with Darcy, just like them palling around and like him chasing after her, and then he wipes her mind, and then she's like, "Oh, we gotta go."
I'm back in the room. Yeah.
Also, I liked
fun.
the concept of her like very quickly knowing where she is. Like,
yeah, because she's watched the show.
Whereas like everyone else we've seen, like Norm, when he did it at the office, it had been like months or whatever. He's like, how long has it been?
Yeah,
where am I?
Freaking out and like, yeah.
Whereas like
she has the context. She's been watching it for weeks.
Yeah, and she can sort of tell, I guess, that I haven't been in for long. It's quite a recent thing.
Yeah, it didn't go on. I was really worried as well, like when the guy was like, we've got to go and do the show. There was part of me that was like, oh no, like she's gonna be like, I'll just go and do the show for a second, and I'm so glad they didn't do that. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but
done.
Yeah, they were just like, let's just fucking get out of here, get on the move. Like, we've got 3 episodes to go. Let's just get this fucking party started.
It was definitely the best case scenario for that, because it could have been quite boring.
Yeah. Jarvis got a name drop.
Yeah.
Remember Jarvis?
Yeah, Jarvis. Also, like, I know you answered this in the video, well, in the recording we did, but like, I was just like, why does everyone seem to know so much about Thanos and the end of the world and stuff? Like,
yeah.
I was like,
well, like Wu says, doesn't he? He's like, well, Captain Marvel could have killed Thanos, and Scarlet Witch almost did, and all that stuff. Like, why would they know that?
And like, to me, like, even that didn't annoy me as much as Darcy knowing, because to me, I'm like, well, Darcy's not really anyone.
That's true.
Right.
She's not really like an agent of anything. No. She's a STEM.
She's just a folk doing things.
But my assumption, basically my sort of
headcanon type thing.
Headcanon explanation was that, like, you always like, it's always like, we need to debrief you and stuff. So presumably all these people were in this battle, and they all got debriefed, and they've like just read the files. Like, oh, I read the Captain America debrief file on the event in Wakanda.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's like
at the beginning of Avengers when Tony gets all the files and
exactly, yeah, just like Darcy's been like briefed on that or something, and like so she knows about what happened to Vision.
Okay, no, it's fine, but yeah, it's definitely like a in universe. They've explained it before, so they probably were just like, you can figure out.
Fuck it. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, okay episode.
Okay episode. Gutted about no Reed Richards.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've watched an episode where I've wanted something from it, and we didn't get it, and that's okay. Yeah, and it's probably not even Marvel's fault as well, but there was like a lot playing against them this episode, because there was that viral Instagram post about it being an hour, and everyone was expecting Reed Richards for 3 episodes for no reason. Yeah, and like it just didn't. It's
help,
just all of
really.
us setting our expectations, and of course they're not going to meet them always, because we're not all on the same wavelength, and
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine.
I do stand by it, though, that Marvel should have known what they were doing when they're like, oh, I'm going to go see my aerospace friend.
Yeah, like it was...
Maybe it was, see him in an hour.
Maybe it was, they were just blue balling us.
Yeah.
If
that's what it is. Okay, build up our hopes, get us horribly deflated now, so then when Doctor Strange shows up...
yeah. I'm
minds get blown.
I'm definitely expecting another cameo before the end of this. Like...
Yeah.
I don't know who, but I'm like, because really the only cameo has been Evan Peters, right? Like,
yeah,
Wu.
That's true.
Wu is just kind of a player in it that showed up fairly quickly.
Yeah. He's definitely not a cameo. He's like a
yeah. So I'm expecting I'm hoping. What I'm hoping is that if Doctor Strange shows up, or if anyone shows up, they don't come in and save the day.
Yeah, that would be very, very daft.
I'm hoping they come in and
like internally.
They like maybe Strange shows up. Scarlet Witch is like, no, I need to do this because of whatever reason, Ex Machina, and then Strange is then like, okay, well, I need to clear a radius of Westview or something.
Yeah. That would be a good way potentially to get an exposition dump on who Agnes is, like, because if like she was like a rogue sorcerer from Kamar-Taj or whatever, like I was just thinking as you were talking as well, I was like, I wonder like if they couldn't do Benedict Cumberbatch, like they probably can, but like if not, then maybe Wong shows up.
Yeah, I think we said this before, like. Just give us a
but either way,
recognizable Master of the Mystic Arts type thing.
Yeah. Either way, like they could show up and be like, "Oh yeah, like Agatha. Oh, she's over 100 years old. She stole sacred secrets from Kamar-Taj. You need to stop her, Scarlet Witch." Mm-hmm. I don't know, something less cheesy than that.
Yeah, it could even just be like they come in and they're like, "Prophecy told of legendary." Scarlet Witch showing up to defeat I don't know, like
a witch draped in scarlet,
like something like that. Yeah, because why they've got to give Scarlet Witch the name in this show? Because why else would he have said no nicknames or anything? Like
silly nickname. Yeah,
because that line was weird. I was like,
yeah, and it like hung on it for a while as well. Come on, just do it.
They're doing it. I'm gonna. That's my. That's my next theory. Yeah, no real theories for next week. Because it seems to be going in a direction now. Like,
well, it's like very close to like finale scenario because like they're at the door of the basement.
Yeah, this is
right there.
This is beginning of the third act type thing. Like,
things are.
Well, I guess her going through the portal would be beginning of the third act. And then,
that's true. Yeah, she's gone back.
Yeah.
So, well, okay. Simple enough theory. Next episode, she finds out that she can use her powers, like project energy or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I do want to see like some wild. I know we should wrap this up, but I do want to see some like wild, like final battle, like two witches going on, and then you got like Quicksilver running in circles, doing something, and then Rambo's like shooting off laser blasts. I don't fucking know.
Do we think this last thing? Do we think this series is going to end with Quicksilver going back to the Fox universe or something? I'd be like, maybe. I gotta go now.
Potentially, the other way. He could explain where he's from, and she was obviously like, "I'm so alone," and then she pulls in all these mutants from another universe, and then you get in like the distance, flying through the air. Oh, you just see Deadpool. He gets pulled into the universe.
I'd love that.
Because then you could kind of do like the fourth wall break, because he's doing it through the sitcom scenario, and he like looks at the camera and he's like, I'm here now. I don't know.
Well, that was
Wild
unexpected.
fucking prediction. Ryan Reynolds is cameoing in this show,
Mate,
at the end.
I'd be chill with that. I'd take that over
Cumberbatch.
Sir comes a bunch.
I was
Any
trying to make
day.
a joke and then I just said his actual name. I was like, Cumberbatch. Wait,
Did you hear what I said?
Cumberbuns?
No, I said comes a bunch.
Comes a bunch. No, that's hot.
Now that's a way to end.
Anyway, that's the episode. Come back again next week when we watch the episode 8, the penultimate episode of Scarlet Witch show.
Scarlet Witch show.
Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave a like and smack subscribe, and thank you very much. Cheers.